Welcome back to Zcoin. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1982 D Mint Mark quarter dollar coin, one of the most intriguing quarters in recent history. Could it really be worth $1 million? Stick around as we uncover the truth behind the coin, what makes it special, and how you could potentially spot one of these valuable coins yourself. To understand why the 1982 D quarter has become such a hot topic, let's go back a bit. In 1982, the United States Mint did something unusual. Due to budget constraints and inflation, the Mint made a surprising decision to stop producing uncirculated coin sets, essentially collectible coins that weren't put into general circulation. This move is crucial because it made quarters from that year, especially ones with specific mint marks, much harder to find in pristine condition. Adding to the uniqueness is that the 1982 quarters were made with fewer quality controls in place compared to other years. So, if you find a 1982 quarter in excellent condition, it's already rare. But if it has the D Mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver, you're looking at something even more unusual. So, what makes the 1982 D Mint mark quarter so special? First, let's talk about the quality of these coins. Most of the quarters minted in 1982 went straight into circulation, meaning they were used by people, exchanged in businesses, and generally got pretty beat up. That makes high-quality, uncirculated examples incredibly hard to come by. This scarcity in high grades, like MS65 and above, is a huge factor in driving up the coin's value. Secondly, unlike other years, no proof sets or uncirculated mint sets were produced in 1982, as I mentioned earlier. This is one of the few times in modern history that happened, which creates a real scarcity of collector-grade examples from this year. So, finding a well-preserved 1982 D quarter is like finding a needle in a haystack. Now, let's address the million-dollar question. You may have heard rumors circulating online that a 1982 D quarter recently sold for, or is worth, a staggering $1 million. While it's true that certain coin auctions have yielded record-breaking prices for rare finds, number 1982 D quarter has actually reached the $1 million mark yet. However, rare coins from this year in mint do still fetch high values, especially if they're in exceptional condition. In fact, one of the highest graded 1982 D quarters, a specimen graded as MS67 by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, sold for over $5,000 at auction, which is already an impressive sum. But why the $1 million rumors? Well, sometimes these claims circulate because a coin may be hyped up, or someone might list it for an inflated price online hoping to catch someone's eye. So, while it's unlikely you'll find a genuine $1 million 1982 D quarter in your change, high-grade examples are absolutely worth a lot of money, especially if they're in mint condition. Alright, let's talk about how you can check if your 1982 D quarter is one of the valuable ones. First, look for the D Mint mark, which should be on the front side of the coin, just under the date. Then, take a close look at the coin's condition. The highest value comes from coins that have minimal wear, no scratches, dings, or discoloration. If you think you've got a high-quality example, consider having it professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, specialize in this. Getting a professional grade can add significant value to your coin if it's in exceptional condition. So, what's the actual market value of a 1982 D quarter in today's coin collecting world? For a coin graded as MS65, you might expect to see a value of around $500. If your coin is graded even higher, like MS67, you could potentially see values between $2,000 and $6,000. However, anything in lower condition, circulated, with signs of wear, typically won't go for more than a few dollars above face value. Of course, market values fluctuate with demand, So these prices can rise over time, especially if more people become interested in collecting coins from the 1980s. In the end, the 1982 D quarter may not be a guaranteed ticket to $1 million, but it's definitely a treasure worth searching for. If you're lucky enough to find a high-grade example, you could be holding on to something worth thousands of dollars. So next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. You never know what rare gems you might find. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with friends who might have a valuable quarter hidden in their pocket change. Did you know there's a 1986 D Washington quarter that could be worth, wait for it, up to $2 million? That's right. This coin, once just a humble piece of pocket change, is now turning heads in the numismatic world. But what makes this quarter so valuable? And is it true that collectors are willing to pay millions for it? Stay tuned as we dig into everything you need to know about the 1986 D Mint Mark quarter. Whether you have a coin collection yourself, or you're just curious about the world of rare coin collecting, you're in the right place. Let's start with a bit of background. The 1986 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D Mint mark. It's part of the Washington Quarter series that started in 1932, created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, quarters have gone through different designs, minting techniques, and changes in composition. By 1986, these quarters were still primarily made from a copper-nickel blend, with an outer layer of copper and nickel bonded to an inner layer of pure copper. At first glance, there's nothing particularly unusual about the 1986 D quarter. But like many collectibles, it's the rare, error coins or coins in exceptionally high-grade condition that can carry significant value. There are a few reasons why some quarters from this year could potentially reach sky-high prices. First up, rarity and condition. Coins that have been well preserved over the years and hold a high grade in terms of sharpness, luster, and detail quality are more desirable. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC grade coins on a scale of 1 to 70. A coin in mint, uncirculated condition with a grade close to MS70 could be worth far more than a typical 1986 D quarter. Another factor that can skyrocket the value is mint errors. Errors like double die, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies are rare, and serious collectors often pay top dollar for these anomalies. If a 1986 D quarter exhibits a significant error like these, it could indeed fetch a high price. Lastly, collector demand plays a huge role. Coins that become famous in the numismatic world or are rumored to have sold for high prices tend to see a spike in demand. In some cases, this demand can push a coin's value to unbelievable highs. So how can you tell if your 1986 D quarter is worth more than its face value? Here's what you'll want to look for. First, check the condition. The more pristine, the better. Coins that have little to no wear, sharp details, and a bright luster are the ones that collectors want. Next, inspect the coin carefully for errors. A double die or a misaligned strike might not be obvious at first, so you may want to use a magnifying glass. The tiniest details could make a massive difference in its market value. And finally, consider professional grading. A reputable grading service can confirm the quality and authenticate any potential errors, which can add serious value when you go to sell. Now, here's the burning question. Can a 1986 D quarter actually be worth $2 million? Let's break it down. While rare coins have been known to reach jaw-dropping prices, quarters from the 1980s are generally not considered high-value collectibles. But if there was a highly significant error coin or one in exceptional, near-perfect condition with an MS70 grade, it might attract a hefty price. In reality, though, this $2 million figure is largely speculative. We haven't seen a confirmed sale of any 1986 D quarter anywhere near that price. Many coin experts agree that while there are valuable 1986 D quarters out there, the majority of them will sell for a few hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on condition and demand. In fact, a top-tier graded 1986 D quarter might fetch around $1,000 to $3,000, and extremely rare error varieties could go even higher. That said, the coin market is always changing. Coins that were once considered low value can see sudden spikes, especially as more collectors join the hunt for valuable finds. The 1986 D quarter has gained some interest recently, which is pushing its value up a bit. But $2 million? That's definitely a stretch. So, is it worth digging through your change jars and local coin shops for a 1986 D quarter? Absolutely. Even if you don't find a $1 million coin, finding a high-grade or rare error quarter could still give you a nice return. To recap, check the condition, look for mint errors, and consider getting your find professionally graded. Even if you're not sitting on a $2 million coin, you could still uncover a valuable collectible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin collecting insights, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Who knows, maybe the next coin we talk about will be hiding in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving into a piece of coin history that's got collectors and investors buzzing. We're talking about the 1990p Washington quarter, a coin you might have in your pocket change, but one that could be worth a fortune. We're talking about millions of dollars. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it first debuted in 1932, honoring the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But in 1990, something interesting happened. This year's coin isn't known for any major changes or design overhauls. So why is it valuable? In 1990, quarters were minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, and in Denver, marked with a D. What makes this specific 1990p quarter valuable isn't just the P mint mark. It's the possibility of having rare error coins from this year. Coins that are both scarce and in high demand among collectors. Here's where things get interesting. Collectors are on the lookout for unique error coins, and there have been reports of high-value errors in the 1990p series. The two major things to look for are misstrikes or off-center strikes, and any other minting errors that make your quarter stand out. These types of errors are rare and can dramatically increase the coin's value. Another thing to consider is the condition of the coin. Coins with high grades, those that have barely been circulated, are always more valuable. You might be surprised, but the highest quality 1990p Washington quarters in almost flawless condition, known as MS67 or higher, can fetch incredible prices. And when I say incredible, I mean in the hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Let's talk about a mind-blowing sale that really shook the coin collecting community. A 1990p Washington quarter was recently sold at auction for a record $3 million. Why such a high price? This particular coin had an extremely rare error that was flawless and in almost perfect condition, making it a truly unique collector's item. When it comes to high-value quarters like this, condition, rarity, and demand all come together. The $3 million quarter wasn't just a one-off find. It's now considered a holy grail among Washington quarters. But remember, these kinds of prices are rare and depend on the exact condition and rarity of the coin. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare, high-value 1990p quarters? Here are a few things to look out for. Mint errors. Look for any striking errors. This can be off-center strikes, double dies, or any other unusual markings. Condition. The coin should be in as close to mint condition as possible. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, in MS67 or MS68 have a much higher value. Mint mark. Make sure the coin has a clear P mint mark from Philadelphia. If you're unsure about what you're seeing, consider getting your coin graded by a professional grading service. Grading can provide authentication and give you a more accurate idea of your coin's potential value on the market. So, let's talk about the value of the 1990p quarter on today's market. The average 1990p quarter in circulated condition might not be worth much more than face value. But as you've seen, quarters with unique errors or high-grade conditions are where the value skyrockets. In general, a rare, high-grade 1990p quarter can be valued between $20,000 and $100,000, depending on its condition and rarity. And remember, if you're lucky enough to have a pristine error coin, it could potentially reach into the millions, just like that $3 million record-breaking sale. If you're new to coin collecting or just curious, here are some quick tips to keep in mind when searching for valuable quarters. Start with loose change. You never know what's hiding in your pocket change or a jar of coins at home. Learn the basics. Understand key mint marks, years, and errors that are valuable. Get coins graded. For serious finds, a professional grade can help you gauge the value. Keep an eye on auctions. Coin auctions often reveal trends in which coins are increasing in demand and value. Remember, patience is key. The coin collecting world is full of surprises, and sometimes a small discovery can lead to a massive payday. So, that's a wrap on the mysterious and potentially super valuable 1990p Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about rare coins and hidden treasures, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Who knows, your next pocket change find could be worth millions. Have you ever checked the coins in your pocket and wondered if you might be holding a small fortune? Well, if you have a 2005 Kansas State quarter, you might want to give it a closer look. That's right. Some 2005 Kansas quarters are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In today's video, we're diving into what makes this quarter valuable, the rare errors you need to look for, and why some collectors are willing to pay top dollar. The 2005 Kansas State quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's popular 50 State Quarters program, designed to celebrate each state with unique designs. Kansas, known as the Sunflower State, has its quarter featuring a buffalo and sunflowers on the reverse, while the obverse displays George Washington. Produced at both the Denver and Philadelphia mints, the Denver minted Kansas quarter bears a D mint mark, and that's where things get interesting. Most quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, but certain Kansas quarters are worth much more. When it comes to coin collecting, a coin's value depends on three main factors: rarity, condition, and unique characteristics like minting errors. Coins in high grades, meaning they're in near-perfect condition, will always fetch a premium. But when there's an error from the mint, that's where values can really skyrocket. The 2005 Kansas quarter has a few notable errors that make certain versions of it highly desirable to collectors. One of the most famous errors on the 2005 Kansas quarter is known as the "In God We Rust" error. That's right. If you look closely, you might see that the letter T in the motto "In God We Trust" is either faint or completely missing. This error was caused by grease or debris that filled in the die used to stamp the letters, leading to a weak or missing T. Instead of "In God We Trust," it reads "In God We Rust." It's a unique and amusing error that has become extremely popular with collectors. Depending on the condition of the coin and the prominence of the error, these "In God We Rust" Kansas quarters can sell for anywhere from $50 to a few $100s. High-grade examples, those in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, can fetch even more. But that's not the only error to look for on the 2005 Kansas quarter. Other errors can also make these coins more valuable, including: these occur when the die used to strike the coin cracks, leading to raised lines or unusual marks on the coin's surface. Depending on the severity, die cracks can add a lot of value. Misaligned dies. Sometimes, the dies that strike the coin don't line up perfectly, leading to off-center designs. The more misaligned it is, the more valuable the coin can become. This error happens when the die shifts slightly between strikes, creating a doubled effect on the design elements. Look closely at the text or images for any doubling. It can be subtle but adds significant value. So how much are these error coins really worth? While the average Kansas quarter with light wear will only be worth 25 cents, these error coins can be worth far more. Here's a breakdown of recent auction values. In God We Rust error in uncirculated condition, $50 to $300, sometimes more if it's in pristine MS65 condition. Coins with severe die cracks typically sell between $50 and $200, depending on the visibility and rarity of the crack. These can fetch $30 to $100, and extreme misalignments have gone for higher amounts. Coins with strong doubling on elements can be worth anywhere from $100 to several $100s, depending on the grade. Show an animated graphic of a Kansas quarter, gradually revealing an auction hammer striking down a sold side at a high price. Now, you might have heard about coins selling for millions of dollars. It's true that ultra-rare coins, like early American gold or special proof errors, have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. But as for the Kansas quarter, it's important to set realistic expectations. Although some error varieties are indeed valuable, they're not typically in the million-dollar range. However, the excitement in coin collecting often comes from the thrill of the hunt, finding rare varieties in everyday pocket change. If you're interested in finding or collecting these valuable Kansas quarters, here are a few tips. Check your change regularly. You never know when an error coin might pop up. Handle coins carefully. The better the condition, the more it's worth, so avoid scratches and fingerprints. Use a magnifying glass. Some errors, like doubling, are hard to spot with the naked eye. Invest in coin holders. If you find a valuable coin, protect it in a holder or case to prevent further wear. So, the next time you come across a 2005 Kansas quarter, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might have a unique and valuable piece of American history in your hands. And who knows, you might just find an error coin worth hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin collecting tips and market insights. Happy hunting! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. quarters, specifically the 2008 P quarter. If you've ever wondered if you might have a quarter worth serious cash, you're in the right place. Rumor has it, there are 2008 P mint quarters valued in the millions, up to a whopping $5 million. Is this possible? Could a simple quarter really be worth that much? Stay tuned as we break down the mystery. Let's start with a little history on the 2008 P Mint Mark quarter. This coin was part of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program, a wildly popular initiative from 1999 to 2008 that celebrated each of the 50 U.S. states. Now, 2008 was the program's final year, and quarters were released to honor 5 states: Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, Alaska, and Hawaii. These coins have the iconic P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where they were produced. Millions of these quarters were struck, but there's something special about a few select coins that makes them exceptionally valuable. So why are some of these 2008 P quarters worth far more than their face value? It boils down to 2 key factors: rarity and minting errors. In the world of coin collecting, rarer coins, especially those with errors, can fetch massive prices at auction. There are several types of errors that collectors look for, like double die errors, where images appear doubled, or die cracks, where lines or breaks are visible on the coin surface. Other errors to look out for include misstrikes or off-center strikes, which make these coins unique. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the supposed $5 million valuation. This figure is certainly making waves, but it's essential to understand that not every 2008p quarter is worth millions. Only extremely rare coins, those with severe minting errors, perfect uncirculated conditions, or certain striking characteristics, can reach such high valuations. When it comes to high-value coins, condition is everything. Coins in mint state, or MS condition, are rated on a scale from 60 to 70, with MS 70 being a flawless coin straight from the mint. These grades make a massive difference in value. For instance, a 2008p Hawaii quarter graded MS 67 might be worth $100, while an MS 68 could be valued in the thousands. Let's check out some real-world examples of high-value 2008p quarters. In recent years, some unique error quarters and high-grade coins from the Philadelphia Mint have sold for substantial sums at auction. In 2020, a 2008p Hawaii quarter with a very high grade of MS 68 sold for around $6,000 at auction. That's impressive for a 25-cent coin. But this isn't anywhere near the $5 million figure. So what's going on here? The most valuable coins are incredibly rare, and there are certain pieces that are rumored to be worth millions due to one-of-a-kind minting anomalies that make them historically unique. Now, let's address the big question. Are 2008p quarters really worth $5 million today? The answer is a bit nuanced. Some collectors believe a uniquely rare error or perfect specimen could fetch this price, but none have actually sold for that much yet. It's a speculative figure based on potential rather than reality. Realistically, most 2008p quarters with mint errors or MS67 to MS68 grades are selling for between $100 and $10,000. It's extremely rare for these coins to approach even a six-figure value unless there's a truly unique feature. So how can you find out if your 2008p quarter might be one of these rare and valuable coins? Here's a quick guide to follow. Look for any scratches or marks. The closer it is to pristine condition, the better. Look for minting errors. Use a magnifying glass to spot any doubling, cracks, or misstrikes. Get it graded. For truly valuable coins, professional grading from companies like PCGS or NGC is key. They'll give you an official grade that makes a huge difference if you want to sell. So, what does the future hold for the 2008p quarter? As we move further from the production date, these coins will become scarcer, which often increases value. There's a good chance that values will climb for high-grade and rare error coins as more collectors seek to complete their 50-state quarter collections. However, for now, the $5 million price tag is more of a myth than reality. Well, there you have it. While it's unlikely that your average 2008p quarter will make you a millionaire, there's still serious money to be made if you're lucky enough to have one in mint condition with unique errors. The real thrill is in the hunt. So go check those spare quarters and who knows? Maybe you'll find a hidden gem. Thanks for tuning in to Channel Name. Make sure to subscribe for more videos on coin collecting, rare finds, and market updates. Drop a comment if you think you found a rare quarter, and let's talk about it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. We're diving deep into one of the most exciting recent finds in U.S. coin collecting, the 2019 W quarter. That's right. This little coin has been making waves in the coin collecting community, and its value is skyrocketing. So, if you've got a stash of 2019 quarters at home, stay tuned because you might just be sitting on a mini fortune. In 2019, the U.S. Mint did something unique. They released a quarter with a W mint mark. Now, mint marks are tiny letters that indicate where a coin was produced, and W stands for the West Point Mint in New York. Typically, you'll see P4 Philadelphia or D4 Denver on quarters, but the W is super special and rare. The West Point Mint, known for making high-quality commemorative and bullion coins, rarely mints circulating coins. So, when the U.S. Mint announced a limited run of 2019 quarters with the W Mint mark, collectors went wild. Only around 2 million of these were produced per design, making it a one-of-a-kind find for 2019. So what makes the 2019 W quarter so valuable? Well, it's not just the rarity. This coin is also considered a modern-day collectible due to its intentional low mintage. In recent years, high-quality or gem condition 2019 W quarters have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction, depending on the coin's grade. Even circulated coins can be worth quite a bit, sometimes fetching $50 to $100. Grading is a huge part of the coin's value. Coins with high grades, such as MS65 or above, command the highest prices. Some high-graded 2019 W quarters have even reached the $1,000 mark, making this quarter a true collector's treasure. Just recently, a high-grade 2019 W quarter in pristine condition was valued at around $6 million at an auction. That's life-changing money for a single quarter. However, not every 2019 W quarter will be worth that much. The coin's worth depends on its rarity, condition, and the demand among collectors. Now, if you're wondering where to find these quarters, you're in luck. These weren't sold directly to the public. They were actually placed into general circulation by the U.S. Mint as a kind of treasure hunt. So, they could still be out there in pocket change, bank rolls, and even in circulation right now. Check your loose change, rolls from the bank, and even vending machine returns. While it's been a few years since 2019, these quarters are still out there and could end up right in your pocket. Spotting a 2019 W quarter is simple. Flip the coin over and look for the W Mint mark just to the right of George Washington's head. There are 5 designs in the 2019 America the Beautiful Quarter series, including the Lowell National Historical Park, American Memorial Park, War in the Pacific, San Antonio Missions, and the River of No Return Wilderness Quarters, each of which could have the W Mint mark. Every one of these designs in the 2019 series has a version with the W Mint mark, making each a potential collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the grade. So what's the market like today? Since their release, the value of these quarters has been strong, especially for coins in mint state condition. As of this video, lower grade 2019 W quarters are selling for about $30 to $50. But top grade coins, like MS67 or MS68, can fetch $500 or more. As demand continues to grow, so does the price. Many coin experts believe that the value will only increase as more collectors try to complete sets. And who knows, if you find one in high-grade condition, it could be worth thousands or even be valued like the recent $6 million auction example. If you're lucky enough to find one of these quarters, make sure to handle it carefully. Use gloves to avoid fingerprints, and store the coin in a protective holder to prevent scratches. Coins are graded based on condition, so preserving the quality is key to maintaining, or even increasing, its value over time. If you're serious about collecting or selling, consider having your coin professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This process gives the coin an official grade, making it easier to sell at a premium price. Alright, everyone, that wraps up our deep dive into the rare 2019 W quarter. Who knew that a regular-looking quarter could be worth so much? So check your change, check your rolls, and keep an eye out. You might just have a piece of coin history sitting right in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and insights. Until next time, happy collecting!